Ben McKee, Rob Lewis here at Thompson Bowling Arena following Tennessee's 96-52 win over USC Upstate. And Rob, it was pretty ho-hum this evening.
I mean, you don't want to make a lot of a game like this, but you certainly take away positives in how efficient Tennessee was and how they were locked in from the gate, out of the gate. They get out to a 13-0 lead. They handle business like you want to see a good team handle business against a team like USC Upstate. It was 51-24 at halftime. They didn't really take their foot off the gas. I was impressed by that. They didn't get sloppy. They only had 10 turnovers the entire game, and never let up on defense.
Yeah, and to me, the biggest takeaway was that Brandon Huntley Hatfield, for the first time all season, finally the first post player off the bench.
Yeah, and didn't have a great game, but also he didn't try to do too much. He wasn't pressing. I think he was 3 of 7 from the field. He finished with 6 points, but he had 8 rebounds, which I think is really something that the staff wanted to see. He had 8 rebounds in just, I want to say, 17 minutes of work. So I thought that was a real positive. And, obviously not the best competition, but Olivier, great game. 21 points, 9 of 10 shooting, 8 rebounds, hit a couple threes. I mean, he looked like a different player than we've seen the past couple of weeks.
Absolutely, and it's been that way all season when Olivier plays this type of competition compared to when he's played some of the more proven competition. Can he carry that over to Memphis on Saturday, Arizona next week? That's the big question.
That's maybe the biggest question of his team. He had 0 points against Villanova. He had 7 against North Carolina. He had 2 against Texas Tech. He's got to show up on the big stage.
Absolutely. That'll be something Tennessee desperately needs, him and Brandon Huntley Hatfield. The other freshman that caught my eye tonight was Quentin DeBunje. And you and I, yesterday at media availability, were talking about him and how we both think that he's going to outplay his recruiting ranking, if you even want to call it a recruiting ranking, because he was practically unheard of on the recruiting trail.
Just in the fringe top 150. And I think I would call him a COVID kid. I think had more people seen him because he did play, at Montverde, big time prep school. Plenty of people would have seen him play that did not. And I think that's probably to Tennessee's advantage because the competition to sign him was not fierce.
Do you think he or Jamal Meshack, moving forward, can find a way into these bigger games?
Where are the minutes going to come from?
Yeah.
That's my only thing. I just don't know how. I just don't think there's enough minutes to go around to give all those guys meaningful roles when you're also talking about Justin Powell coming off the bench, VJ Bailey coming off the bench, and those 2 guys. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, they certainly look promising.
Yes, and Tennessee-Memphis this Saturday in Bridgestone Arena, 12 p.m. Eastern, ESPN. We talked about the post play and needing Olivier, needing Brandon. Is there something else that you're real curious to find out about this team this Saturday?
In addition to just post offense, can they keep Memphis off the boards? Memphis has got a lot of length. They've got a lot of athleticism. Can Tennessee hold up and not have that be a disadvantage?
It'll be a fun one. He's Rob Lewis. I'm Ben McKee. This has been your full court press following Tennessee's 96-52 win over USC Upstate.